be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot, feel the spirit breathing. Best new orders, but the way I cook, very seasoned. Everything around me moving, like bachata. Usher told me do it my way, Frank Sinatra. Been a shotter, been locked in with my cotters. Now I got them raving how I'm big on lines. Hello, de nata. Sheesh. On God, I'm a dog, bro.
It's week 14 of the National Football League, and the spotlight falls on Trenton Simpson, who's really been a force from his linebacker spot, now up to 10 sacks this season. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Now from a field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February, there's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Cousins now. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. This 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3rd and 8. Now Cousins. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Motion man is Schwartz. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. He will push his way down to about the 14. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and 7. Purdy now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Over the middle and complete to Addison. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing is Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Returnable here from the 38. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Purdy. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw is Cousins. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He gets it to Addison. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more.
Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Motion man is Schwartz. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete. The Raiders at 10-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Second down, here's Purdy to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, Cousins. Finding Hawkinson here on the out route. A big play there for Minnesota. Minnesota. 44 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Slot man moves right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That one was thrown into the end zone, and when they made a play on the ball, it was actually tipped up in the air, and that's not ideal for anyone on defense because what you're ordinarily taught is to knock the ball down towards the ground, almost like a volleyball player coming over the top and spiking it to make sure that the offensive guys can't catch it on the rebound.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass. Ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Purdy. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get out. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On 1st down, it's Purdy. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. Well, so much for the 1st down.
And they coulda, woulda, shoulda had a 1st down, but my English teacher's not going to be happy with this one. They did not.
throwing here. Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Pressure comes and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you...
There he goes, left side. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schwartz. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
All right, guys, all right.
Now 2nd and 3. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play would be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this a spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. Now he's loose down the left sideline. How about this? Racing to the end zone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Leonard Fournette in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 10-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Final play of the half. Purdy. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating the... Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Anthony Schwartz, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And he returns this to the 22. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
From the 25, here's second down and 7. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown, Raiders! Anthony Schwartz with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And here's Ryan Wright now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out again, and there's the burner, Anthony Schwartz. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Jacobs going to try the middle, and they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here. Motion man is Schwartz. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Let's focus in on what we got to do here. You ready to roll?
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Purdy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. It feels pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Raiders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now out comes Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Off the play fake, Cousins. Dumps it off to Fournette. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Jacobs with a carry on 1st down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down. And quickly, they get to the line.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete. He's got another 1st down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. He'll get this down to the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
He'll find Schwartz, complete right side.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
His throw incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They go with Jacobs.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
On 2nd down, Cousins again.
Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Cousins.
A pass underneath for Fournette.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Cousins. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You've probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you...
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Cousins.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Raiders Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. He finds his man, complete. It's Schwartz. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And able to work his way down to the 16. They're going to hurry back to the line now. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have.
There he goes, left side. Across midfield. He's on his way. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 96 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Purdy off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Purdy on 4th down. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half.
I ain't tripping, this is easy.